Yes, I would suggest maybe we want to take a little bit of rest in here. I think we got some of these bookshelves barricaded up against the door. Although, like, so he's left.
Yeah, you're not coming back.
Yeah, he's not coming back. Is point A. And point B, do we think he had anything to do with the dragon?
No.
No. So yeah, I reckon he probably hasn't gone to tell anyone. Like, oh, there's people in there. Well, he's probably just like fucked off and gone to his master. So, I would suggest we lock off the doors. Some of these big bookcases and things like that. And then see about some of this stuff. Some of this extra shit.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the stuff that was glowing is it still glowing?
You cast detect magic.
Yeah. How long does that last?
10 minutes, I think.
Yeah, I think it's 10.
How long was the fight? Not 10 minutes.
Definitely not 10 minutes.
Okay, excellent. So that's all still.
Yeah.
Okay, the wall. Which part of the wall?
There's just one section of wall, like in a sort of like an 8 by 10 foot square, has a glowing magical aura of illusion.
Illusion. Can I stick my hand through it?
Yeah. Yeah. So you walk up to it, you go to touch it, and your hand just seems to pass straight through this illusion.
Oh, where?
Through the wall.
Yeah, but like which part of the wall? Which part of the room?
It
doesn't matter. Okay. I stick my head through it.
We'll say at the top of the map here. Okay, you stick your head through it. I'm just trying to find my notes on that bit.
The notes for Stix head through the wall.
No.
It gets bitten off.
You'll just fucking die.
You stick your head through the wall, and on the other side there is a small alcove, maybe only a foot and a half deep, and there is one singular portrait hung up of a very beautiful, very elegant-looking female blue dragon.
Oh.
It's sort of taken from, painted at an artful angle where this dragon is standing on a small ledge or cliff. There's like a setting sun behind it. Wings spread, so there's like this sort of dazzling, sort of dappled blue light being cast on the ground. You can see it's very sort of slender and beautiful looking, clearly a female dragon.
Does the painting look old? Or...
Yeah, it's got a sort of, a few signs of, like the frame certainly has a few signs of like wear. The painting itself seems reasonably intact.
We've seen her like go through there, right?
At the moment Helena's sort of standing with her head through a section of illusory wall.
You can just see my body with no head.
Cool. Hold on. I've got spells. Just the bloody spells. I don't actually, but I'll figure it out. So, could I cast? So can I also look through, be like, "Oh, this is interesting," and then I would like to. Oh no, the light's tucked in it. I'm assuming it's pretty dark in there. I'll look through, but also get one the swords I picked up and just cast light on it.
Okay.
And look through, see if I can see anything in slightly better detail, especially anything on the floor that might indicate there's like a trap?
No, this alcove's only sort of, maybe 18 inches.
Shut the door.
Yeah, you can shut the door. He's just started chucking it down where we are.
Nice.
So we've got a nice little summer storm come through. But yeah, the alcove's maybe only sort of 18 inches deep.
Okay, so like just big enough for someone to stand.
Yeah, just big enough for someone to sort of stand in and look at this painting on the wall.
Well, this is very weird, because why would they want to hide... So this engraving, this beautiful image, and then behind that is a picture of a dragon. Is it... Can I note the dragon's age? Like, does it look like older or younger than...
It looks like a youngish dragon. Probably not... It has certainly more of a slender, willowy, almost gangly in some elements to it. The scale is difficult to gauge because there's not a lot of scenery around it, but you could make an assumption that it was certainly a younger dragon.
Huh. And she didn't see any other areas of wall which she said were glowing like this. So
no, there's only one illusory section of wall. There were a couple of other items within the room that were glowing, but
there's a rug. There's a rug on the floor.
The rug.
The wall.
The rug is hung up kind of like a tapestry.
Okay.
Okay, if she's like noted this stuff for us, I'll probably go and...
There's also
go
one of the sets of robes, a belt,
press it.
and another set of robes, and a necklace were also glowing.
I'll go over and just like press the rug that she made.
Like a big button.
Yeah?
Well, like, maybe this is like another like illusory wall that we could step through.
You push up against it, and where it sort of hung, it just sort of wobbles, very slightly rippling. As you've like pushed it, it's just sort of hanging down on the wall.
Well, that is disappointing. Neo! That was your name, right? Yeah. We need to shut the door. Get shit in front of the door. We're gonna have a bit of a sleepy sleep for an hour. Chill for an hour. Just get shit back. Because you need spells. We all need some health, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely use just a little top off of health.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe just like calm down from this vampire running amok.
Neo like sort of holds his hand up, and it just like starts to very slightly go. It's like I can heal if people need it.
If you could give me a whole 7 healings, like if I were to, put myself into numbers, I would say I'm about 65 out of 72 kind of thing. So.
Yeah, I mean, he can heal you now if you want healing now. You'll offer to do that.
Yeah. I was also just going to say a short rest because I can get some of my bardic inspiration back, but I've only used up 1, so there we go.
You can take a short rest. You try and take a short rest instead if you like.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know whether we want to keep moving or take a short rest.
Probably keep moving.
Yeah, just in case anyone did hear that, because it wasn't necessarily...
Okay. In which case he'll give you 7 lay on hands.
Yay! Do you need any?
Helena.
He just wants to... Ooh. Just a few. I don't mind. It depends how many hit points.
Oh no, you're fine.
What about 15 then? How would 15 go for you?
So
you give us some lay on hands?
Yeah. The rug. Does this rug have any like patterns or anything like that on it that might denote some kind of magical essence? Can I try and yeah, it was a rug, not a...
Yes, it looks more. The pattern on it looks more like a rug than any sort of picturesque tapestry.
Cool.
but it has nevertheless been...
Pull it down.
Okay. It's like there's like a wooden clamp at the top, so like 2 pieces of wood like sandwiched together, and then like a bit of rope on a thing. So yeah, you can pull it off the wall. It's almost got this like ropey tail now.
Yeah. You are not a very interesting rug. I'll just fold it back up and put in the thing over. I was hoping it would. I already know I was hoping it would do. I was kind of hoping it would.
Might be a magic carpet.
I'll sit on it.
Okay, you roll it out and you sit on it.
And I will say, mush.
And
I will grab it like by some of the edges and just like shuffle forward.
And as you do that, you fly across the room.
Oh my god, yes. I am calling you Reginald.
Reginald. Someone roll a D100 for me.
I will.
Rugginald.
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 Okay.
And for the rest of this
32.
encounter, you will find me flying around the room on a...
Okay. So the carpet is, for your knowledge, is about 4 foot by 6 foot. Can carry about 400 pounds and has a flying speed of 60 feet.
Oh, fantastic. Well, this is the fucking bet. This is the fucking shit. People should die more often. I'm obviously joking. And I'm now just flying around the room. Whee!
Mm-hmm.
Also not being too loud, so I've got a very beaming smile on my face, but I'm not being loud.
Okay. Just make a charisma check, spellcasting.
I'm also turning myself into an orc, because I know orcs are sailors, and I met a sailor one time that was an orc, and he was cool, and I am now the captain of this rug. So just charisma spellcasting.
Yeah, just spellcasting.
Can I add my proficiency?
Not to this one. Not initially.
25.
You do not smash up the joint as you fly around. You actually quite expertly control this carpet in and around. There's maybe like a couple of hanging chandeliers you avoid, and manage to avoid knocking over any of the busts or statues as you're swooping between the shelves and things.
And I will set it down gently, and I will say, okay, we have an escape plan. This is fucking awesome. I have to say. Okay. And this could like fit us all on, right?
It's about 4 foot by 6 foot. And can carry about 400 pounds. Neo, is... So for perspective, Neo's sort of about 6 foot something tall, is wearing armour and has a pack. He probably weighs around 200 pounds himself. So you could get 2 people on this at best.
Can me and Rugginald have an escape plan? And Neo, because he's in...
You can carry up to double the weight. But it then flies at half speed.
Okay.
So it would have 30-foot movement speed.
Okay, so we could like try and carry all of us, but it would only move at 30 feet. That would be slow.
It would also be quite difficult to fit you guys all in a 4 foot by 6 foot space.
The sides. Or they could hang on to my boots, and I could just...
say 2 on top, 2 underneath. Hanging into the line.
And just have it on constantly spinning.
If that's how you want to travel, then...
Is that not how you want to travel?
That's not how I would choose to travel, but I'm only the DM. You tell me how you want to do things, and I tell you what checks to make to do it.
Or I could so if anyone's got any rope, just attach some rope to it and make a swing for the underneath.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Boom. Alright, there we go. We have our method of escape. all we need now is fuck off.
If I take the painting off the wall,
Mhm.
is there anything behind it?
No.
Ah.
The you try.
Damn
Well,
it.
you try and lift the painting, and it doesn't come off the wall.
Ah.
There were these other robes.
Mhm.
These other. So there was that belt.
The green set has a glowing belt on it, or a belt that glows in Helena's magical vision, and the red set themselves completely glows.
I think I said I took that and wore it. Yeah. No, I put glamour weave coat. Can I just inspect this belt? It
Mhm.
seems-
Yeah, the belt is of a sturdy leather, and the most significant thing about it is it has 3 large-ish loops on it. Again, made from a sturdy leather, but are when you tug on them, they are closed with quite strong poppers. So you can sort of snap this loop open and closed quite easily. But there's one on the left hip, one on the right hip, and one on the back. Imagine this might be the sort of thing you'd hang a weapon from.
Says it.
It looks sort of about the size that would go around the handle of maybe a dagger or something like that and hold it in place.
Hey, either of you guys use a lot of daggers? Go. You want a belt?
Absolutely.
Go. Belts. The first fashion accessory to go with every accessory. That's a lie. I've seen some terrible belts in my time. Belt. Okay. Dragon belt. Dragon hide belt. Belt found in dragon place.
In dragon.
Belt found in dragon. Right, and there was these other set of robes as well.
Yes, the red ones.
The red ones. Yes. They seem fancy.
So getting up close and examining these, you can see that all the sets look the same in terms of style, but there is a lot more sort of layers to the red one. The embroidery on it is done in much more detail and much more intricately. There's sort of layers to the scales that are embroidered on it, whereas the other one seems sort of quite basically embroidered. They're also, if you sort of the fabric itself is much richer and thicker. As you take it in your hand, they feel much more significantly weighty.
If I were to just very quickly take off my coat and put these robes on, because at the minute I'm just kind of wearing just the leather pants kind of thing. So,
Yes.
Robes on. Do I feel different, other than fabulous?
No, you don't feel any different.
What if I try and stab you?
Yeah!
Okay, roll to hit.
Excellent.
No, I'm just letting her hit. Let her, prod me.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to miss if he's letting me.
No. Are you trying to deal damage to him, or are you just trying to poke him?
Well, I want to see if I can stab him. I want to see if it's stab proof.
Okay.
If it's thick and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stab him in the arm.
Okay.
See if you can do as minimal damage as possible.
Okay.
Other guy did feel me.
Are you just poking him, or are you actually trying to stab?
No, I'm going to stab him.
Okay. Roll damage.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Plus 1.
Viper is very stabbable.
Just roll your dagger, and then it'll come up and you can roll damage.
Okay. Ugh, 3.
You take 3 piercing damage as this stabs through, and blood starts welling from a wound in your arm.
Huh. Well, at least I know it's not stab proof.
And then I'm gonna look over to my arm and I'm going to minor illusion a flame pouring out of it like a dragon's fire.
This man is so over the top. I stab him again.
Okay, roll to hit.
Now you're gonna have to roll to hit this.
19.
Blade flourish. Wait, no, I think I have to use that on my turn. Hold on. Oh, that's on me. Oh, hold. Summarize by inspiration. Blade flourish. There is no information on blade flourish in here. Did I not copy it in? Then you idiot. Yeah, I think I have to use it on my turn anyway. So, yeah, that hits. Same Stix with him. He fucking
That
dead.
hits. Roll damage.
Ow! You've literally dealt more damage to me. Like, you healed me, and now you've taken away all of that.
The first one was an experiment. The second one was for everything that's happened in the last probably 10 minutes.
You know what? That's fair. You need to let things out.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe not on me though. You know, the support class.
Quite an easy target though.
Well, why? The big guy in the armor.
Yeah, but
He's the shield. Just hit his shield a couple of times.
he doesn't annoy me yet.
I mean, if you really need a target, there's a big old dragon down the road. I could go grab it.
Well, yeah, sure.
Alright, cool. And I get on Ruginal. And I fly out the room.
Okay, bye then. Right, now he's gone.
Okay.
The adventure can really begin.
And as soon as I leave, I just wait. And then I pay my head back in. I don't really leave. And then it's fine. You called my bluff, madam. Well done.
Okay.
Right.
Was that all the shiny stuff?
There was.
Oh, I think that was it. Otherwise, I'm ready to go.
All belt, robes,
Grabbing something from the oven.
necklace.
Oh, necklace. What does it look like?
So, one of these busts has an elegant female face on it with a pair of onyx-looking antlers. One of the antlers, well, it looks like it should have a pair. One of the antlers is beautiful and long. The other one is broken off. And the necklace itself hangs on a silver chain. There is a emerald hanging down, surrounded by banded silver or platinum. The emerald itself seems to look at it, have a sort of flickering, shimmering light behind it. And on the bottom of the band, there is a slight, what looks like almost like a lever, a very small lever sticking out from the bottom of the band.
On this necklace?
Yeah.
Can I pick it up?
Yeah, you can pick up the necklace. And lift it off and hold it in your hand.
And there's a lever on the back.
Yeah, so if you imagine it's like a ring like this.
Okay, yeah.
An inset into the ring is an emerald, a green emerald. And then at the very bottom there's a very small little handle that sticks out,
okay,
almost making it look like a little Q shape that you imagine.
Like to like pop it open sometimes.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a poke.
So you like flick it across the other side.
Yeah.
And then now it's like a backwards Q, and you see two little shutters behind the emerald go and close. Almost like well, it's more like a big like iris, like like a big eye closing from behind, and you see the light inside the emerald goes out as you shut it.
I know what it is.
You can make an Arcana check.
Oh, cool.
18. So you get the sense that this light is coming from within or behind or something like that, and these shutters have closed off the light source itself so you can no longer see the source of light anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like shutting a door behind this emerald.
Okay. Can I open it again?
Yeah, you flick it, opens up, and you start to see a little sort of flickering, almost like a torchlight or something like that inside it.
Can I look like through it?
Yeah, you like hold it up like really close up to your eye, and all you get is this flickering green light really close to your eyes. You look at it.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, you get the sense that there's a flickering light internally within it, not from the crystal itself. It's almost like it's beyond and shining through this gemstone. And that when you move the lever, you close and open the set of doors.
Okay. I'll keep it, but I don't fucking know what's going on.
No one do anything else with it just yet.
But I mean, I don't. What else can I do? Poke it?
So you touch it?
Yeah. Well, I'm holding it.
Well, yeah, but you actually touch the crystal itself.
Oh yeah.
As you do so, there's almost like an easy to resist like pull from the necklace, almost as if there's like a door, like you're putting your hand on a doorway. It's like inviting you in.
Can I not look through that side of it? Like, can I don't really know what I'm doing. Okay, necklace. Spooky door.
Yeah, so it's like as you've like literally touched it with your finger, there's like a pull that you can easily resist. But it's almost like there's like an invitation to come inside.
So I can, but it's like that big, so I can't actually get into it.
Do you want to try?
I don't know. I'm so confused. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so as you will yourself to enter, the necklace drops to the floor.
Oh.
And
Hi.
you find yourself
Wait, am I stuck?
standing in a 30 by 30 by 30 foot stone room made from mortared grey stone. The room is empty except for 2 mannequins in the middle. One of them is dressed in an elegant silver and white wedding dress embroidered with pearls. One hand is raised, clasping the hand of the mannequin, and on her finger you can see a large diamond ring. The other mannequin is plainly dressed in fine but simple looking clothing. Again, one of the mannequin's hand is on the woman's waist, and the other hand is held up in the air, almost as if the two were dancing. You can see a ring on his finger as well. Turning around, you can see a large 5 by 5 foot circular green window with a large silver or platinum band around the edge. Looking out, you can see a vision up of the ceiling of the room you were just in.
That's kind of cool. That man could have made an effort on his wedding, but you know, whatevs. Can I walk back through?
Maybe they just want a full church wedding.
Yeah, but she's really dressed up. She looks great, and he's just
Well, let's face it, there's not really much for like a guy to dress up in.
Yeah,
you know, we
but
just suit and tie and go boom.
Yeah, but you know, could...
Or at least most people do. I'm shut up in chainmail. Just saying.
Yeah. So as you step forwards,
Yeah.
you place your hand on this window. You pass through it, and you find yourself emerging out back into the gallery. Your necklace on the floor.
Pick it back up.
Yeah, you pick it back up.
Excellent. I am keeping this now.
Okay.
Mine now.
I'm ready for any adventure.
You can note down vaulted necklace.
Bolted.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a vaulted necklace?
Yes, as in there was a vault inside of it.
I see. Are you sure it wasn't a necklace of fireballs?
I am sure.
It seemed very fireball-y to me.
I am sure.
Can I
All
put
that was-
anything in it?
You could assume so, yeah, if you entered the space and deposited something. There were these two mannequins inside,
Yeah, they're
you know,
creepy.
both wearing dresses and with rings on their fingers.
Oh wait, they were both wearing dresses.
Sorry, no, one was wearing a dress,
Oh.
one was wearing
In
just
plain clothes.
general finery.
Oh, okay.
You know, plain but fine clothing.
Okay.
Not as elegant as this dress. And yeah, and they both had, you know, he had a plain gold band on his finger. She had what looked like a diamond ring.
Mhm.
And then you turned around and you were able to leave. And you were able to leave through this big open window that you could see through.
Do we think there's like fucking people trapped in here?
I don't know. I can't tell.
There didn't seem to be any exits. There weren't any exits from the room itself, other than the one that you entered and exited through. There weren't more doors off this. It was just a 30 by 30 by 30 foot space.
When we have a long rest, I'll do a better check of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or just on the side. Yeah, because immediately I'm thinking that could be kind of cool. Like, say we need to go into a place.
Yeah.
You and Klari just like hop inside there, and then I turn into whoever. And then when we're inside, you just hop out. We all need to be stealthy. We just get the stealthiest person to wear it. That's the go there.
Nice.
Oh. Necklace with bolt inside. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Continue on, I guess. Push forward.
Yeah, no one wants to take anything else. Yeah, there's various sort of busts and artworks and things.
Neo needs to take that picture.
Neo's not going to stick there.
You know
Neo.
that it's Arwen's dying wish.
Arwen has not expressed this dying wish to Neo.
You know that she would want it. It's a hedgehog.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, there's a hedgehog?
Oh yeah, there's that picture of the bunny and the hedgehog. How did I forget about this?
Yeah, there are several pictures. Would you like me to describe them all to you again?
I can't believe you won't.
Is there any I could potentially hold myself? Like-
They're all in frames, so you'd have to cut anything you wanted out of the frame and like roll it up and put it in a bag or something like that.
Well, you know what? I think I'm doing it because A, anyone would find this hilarious, and B, I think we can make some money off this shit. So I'm gonna, especially the one with the bunny and the hedgehog.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna cut out just around the edge of the frame.
Okay. Make a dexterity check for me.
Oh, I'd love to.
With proficiency, if you're using a dagger, you're proficient with.
So, oh god, that's 12. 12.
Okay. It has a slightly ragged edge. You haven't got like a neat square cut around the frame. And as you go to sort of pull it out, you realise you haven't pressed quite firm enough in a couple of places, and there is a slight sort of ripping noise before it comes free. But you do get it, 98% out unharmed. There's just sort of some frayed edges.
Will when we get a bit more time, I'll clean up those edges and we'll just say it was a smaller image.
No one will know.
No one will know. And people like smaller images. Not everyone has a massive house with big paintings.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Profit. Alright.
Okay.
Yeah, profit because you didn't pay anything for it.
Exactly. Let's go.
Okay. So you all exit back into the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I wanted to do at all. Didn't want to get rid of those notes. Oh well. And so you step out into the tunnel. It slopes slightly up to your immediate left, or slightly back down the way you came.
Continue going up.
Yeah, I guess continue going up. From this way, we might as well.
Okay. You continue going up. And looming out of the... Have you still got a glowing lit sword, Piper?
I do, yes.
Okay. So you start making your way, and looming out of the... So you can also, with your dark vision, see various distances. And Klari, you spot this first with your superior dark vision. There's just, as you think the terrain should continue to appear before you, there's just this blackness that seems to encroach as you walk closer and closer and closer to it, until you get almost right up to it, and you realise there's just this large chasm. You can just about see to the far side, maybe 50 feet across, disappearing down into a depth that you cannot see. It just disappears into blackness, far, far below.
Is there anything the other side?
You can see another side, but you can't see anything of significant. Well, make a perception check for me, actually. And we'll see what you see.
Could I possibly help? Because I'm also interested in what's on the other side.
Yeah,
Though I
you can
don't.
help. 17. Yeah. And you spot what looks to be the ruins of a bridge on the far side. Nothing more than almost like sort of 2 or 3 feet of stone just starting to form the shape of a curved arch sticking out at one place. And one of it almost seems to have maybe sort of like 1.5 feet, 2 foot of stone that might have been a pillar that went either side. And just sitting on the top of that pillar, just there's a little mouse.
Oh, is it a mouse or a rat?
It's a rat.
Oh no, it's one of those nosy rats.
But it's on the other side, right? For the minute.
Yeah, it's about 50 feet away.
How 50 feet away?
Mm-hmm.
I can hear that.
The rat. I mean, we now have a magical device to get us from one side to the other. So
We do. So before we go over, ray of frost.
Okay, roll. Do you have to roll to hit, or is it a saving throw?
So roll the hit.
Okay, roll to hit. 13, that'll do it. So even in the darkness, you cast his ray, and this little rat sort of turns and looks up, and you hear this very minute squeak across the other side, and then it just slowly rocks and topples into the pit, and just disappears into darkness. A couple of seconds later, you hear a slight
Piper 1, rats. No, Piper 2, rat 0. They didn't pay me.
It's fine.
You're so lucky I didn't take the spell conjure small beings. That would have been fucking hilarious. Why didn't I do that? Oh, that would have been so fucking good. Right. Onward. Onward. Use the carpet. Fly over.
Okay. How many people are on the carpet?
I feel like we need to pilot the carpet. So I will say, I'll get on it, and then fly you guys over like one at a time.
Okay. Yeah. Easy enough to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy enough
One.
to do if you do pilot, sort of like grabbing the front edge of this thing and flying it over. It moves pretty quickly, so within a few seconds you're on the other side. Who are you depositing on the other side first?
I remember that Klari said she had very long dark vision, so I'll take her over first.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will take over Neo, because he's pretty armoured and shit.
Okay.
And then take over Helena.
Okay. So, you swoop down, Klari, you get on. It's a bit of a weird experience because you're expecting the rug is rigid enough, but there is a very slight give to it as you sort of step on it while it's floating a few inches off the ground and settle yourself down. Piper turns and whisks you through the air. You dismount on the other side. As he turns back, Klari, and you hear Piper turns away. You hear a little whistling, a little chirruping on the wind, and turning, you can see perched on sort of like a little half shelf where something's in the side of the cavern wall. There's a little bird.
Does it look like a friendly bird?
At the moment, it just sort of looks like a bird. It seems to be certainly have noticed you and be looking at you. It's about maybe 20-ish feet away.
I'm just gonna leave the bird alone for now. I'll smile at it.
Okay.
Hi, bird.
That's a bad bird. It's a bad idea.
I'm just a bit scared to interact with it.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Okay. Piper arrives back with Neo. As he does so, the bird sort of flaps its wings and takes off and flies
Shoot the bird.
sort of diagonally across the canyon. Not the canyon, sorry, the cavern. It was on the right hand side and starts to transition towards the left. Make a perception check for me, Piper, as you're busy playing taxi. 18.
I'm a good.
Yeah. So even in the darkness, about sort of 20-30 feet away, you do spot this bird flying.
Red Frost.
Okay. Roll
Fuck
around
it.
front.
Don't like that little smile you got on your face there, JJ. Not appreciative of it.
I'm having fun. 18, yeah.
That's a with advantage on another crit. Fuck.
So, yeah. This little ray of frost shoots out, and then with a small, like, little tinkling crash, this bird doesn't make it to the other side of the cavern wall and just on the floor.
I've learned one thing about dragons. Don't trust fucking anything. Not even a little bird in a dragon's lair. Because a bird could be a spy, and that spy could be the end of our fucking lives.
Okay, you pop back, you pick up Helena. Helena resists the urge to push you into the chasm. And the four of you continue on your way on the other side.
Alrighty.
You walk for a little more, maybe now slightly on edge, keeping your eyes peeled for, well, certainly Piper is alert for what he perceives to be potential dangers with these birds and rodents. Before you make it to a crossroads, the pathway continues at a slight incline up ahead of you, and there is a large, well-hewn cavern off to your left, and another slightly smaller but still quite large tunnel carries on to your right.
This isn't like a crossroad sort of thing. Do we have... Oh, no. Wait, is one like just a room and then one's carrying on?
So the tunnel continues, the same size, the same large tunnel you've been walking through for a little bit, carries on ahead of you. To your left, there is another large looking tunnel. To the right, there is a slightly smaller looking tunnel.
Shit, it's freeway. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out the rug. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to go 60 feet down each cavern and back. With my light, see if there's anything of interest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Just so I can go like, there, back. Like, that's like, what, 10 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
See.
Which way would you like to go first?
I'd like to
left
go
or right?
The slightly smaller one first.
Okay, to the right. So you go to the right, you fly 60 feet down, just until your companions are out of sight. You have a look around. You can see maybe the tunnel starts to turn another 100 or 60-ish, 100 feet further on. Turn around and fly back.
I would then like to go to the other one, the one that's not the continuation of this cavern.
So yeah, you head to the left. It looks the same. The tunnel is unremarkable that far down, and does indeed seem to turn as well. This one turns to the left instead of to the right.
Yeah, and then the final one's left.
Yeah, so you come back out, you fly up the main cavern again. Two of your friends just disappear from your sight. Looking around, nothing remarkable. Turn around and come back again.
As I suspected, they're stone tunnels.
So they go like that, and then one goes like that, and then the other one goes like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Piper couldn't tell how sharply they turned, they just had certain...
But that's like what they do.
Yeah,
They
so
both go
one
in.
carries on straight up, one to the right with a slight bend in it back, essentially back down,
Yeah.
and the same with the other one.
Okay.
So these two are potentially ways back down.
Yeah. I'd carry on up.
Yeah, let's carry on. Carry on.
I don't know. I don't want to miss anything.
I don't either. Oh man, the
It's
thing
stressing
is like,
me out.
yeah, we don't have a map of this because obviously we don't have a map of this place, and so it's just getting me on edge because I'm trying to remember all the turns we've taken. But straight on, I guess. We go back down, then we're getting into the thick of it again. We don't want that.
Okay. You guys carry on, and you walk, and you walk, and you walk. You walk for another half hour or so. The only sound being your footsteps
No.
echoing off the walls around you, and the occasional drip of water. Little rivulets and runnels of water seem to flow down past your feet. The ground is slick in places, the walls are slick. The roots that seem to permeate these cavern walls, growing sort of in and out, become thicker and larger as you progress. And eventually you reach an opening, another circular opening. Looking down, you see again it disappears into darkness. And looking up, you can barely make out a pinprick of light amongst a tangled jumble of roots that crisscross all around the edges of this cavern.
This light, does it look like torchlight or daylight?
It looks like daylight, high above.
So there's nothing on the other side.
Nope, you've come to an opening, and it goes down, and it goes up.
When you look up, is there any like, holes in the walls or anything?
Make a perception check.
Oh, I feel like... So we're on a mountain.
Up.
No, you can't see anything. You're sort of leaning out, and you're almost like worried to just poke your head out too far in case you overbalance on the slick floor, so you're not really looking up.
What's the liquid?
Just feels like water.
Okay.
It's a bit difficult to tell, the tunnel does seem... Well, it was difficult to tell when the tunnel was only lit by this glowing, mossy, bioluminescent sort of fungi and stuff. Now the Piper has a light, it is much easier to see. It just looks like clear water running over the rocks.
Okay.
Muggy water going over some rocks in this large open area, and then way above there's vines and shit.
Yeah, they look like very large roots. You can see what looks like a clear passage up the centre, and then all the way around are these roots.
Why do I have a terrible feeling that we've entered his lair?
This tunnel is maybe 50, 100 feet across.
Yeah. Could be dragon lair.
Do you want to fly down or up, or just to see if there's anything?
I reckon down. Down first, then up. Because I feel like up is like how maybe the dragon could fly up and then out of this place. Because there's a pretty large cavernous room.
Okay. Are you taking anyone with you as you go down, Piper?
Pardon?
Are you taking anyone with you as you go down?
Yes. Does anyone have any rope?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
I think we try the swing idea. We all go down. Because I wouldn't be descending down very quickly anyway.
Okay.
So, but if we get the rope and we wrap it around and I tie like a double, triple knot in the middle of the rope.
And
Well, tie a knot in the rope, and then place it over the middle of the rug, and then raise the rug off the ground so that it sort of like bows and hangs, and then two people can sit on the rope, on that space, and then two people can be on the rug, and then we will slowly go down.
Okay. So you take out this rope and you try to tie it up and hover the carpet up so you can tie it on. Make an intelligence sleight of hand check to tie these ropes in such a way that they won't come off and you can position them and balance them so that people can
Of course, it's intelligence, sleight of hand. I got plus sleight of hand because it's intelligence.
If you're proficient with sleight of hand, then you can add your proficiency bonus. But it is more of an intelligence check to rig up this framework of rope for 2 people to sit on.
Wait, how do you do an intelligence sleight of hand when it's a...
You'd have to roll intelligence and add your proficiency bonus if you had sleight of hand.
Before I do this, I will beseech onto the group. Hello, group. This is my plan. Would anyone be better at this than I?
No.
For I am not very good with knots.
No.
I am not a knotter. Are you better with knots? Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, you're. My dear Clary, would you be able to help me with this endeavour? Well, first of all, are you good at tying knots? You have proficiency in sleight of hand, so I'm going to assume you're fantastic. Also expertise in sleight of hand.
So if you've got proficiency in sleight of hand, Clary, roll an intelligence check and add your proficiency bonus.
And then add it, the proficiency bonus again.
If you have expertise in sleight of hand, then yes.
Great.
Roll intelligence.
Oh, I minus.
And I'm helping. I'm going to be giving it a good old help. Oh, Jesus.
2
Plus. That's a 30.
30? Wow, okay. So, yeah, Clary, you managed to rig up. How many of you have rope? Neo has rope. Okay, there's plenty of rope between 2 of you.
Okay.
So not only do you tie it around the middle, you also tie almost like you tie 2 loops. So one goes around the middle like a belt, and then the other one goes like a belt long ways. So you've got, so you've got one going left to right and one going front to back. 2 loops that you cross over into, like a big parcel, so that once hopefully pulled tight by the weight of people on it, it won't slip off left or right or front to back.
Hand-holdy bit too. Like on the
Who is going on top and who is riding the rope?
I shall go on top.
Okay.
Volunteer. Me and Red.
Ride the rope.
Okay, Helena's going to ride the rope.
Wait, does anyone else have any good ranged options? Because I feel like we get attacked. You need ranged options on top. People with their hands free.
Yeah.
Excellent. Then I retract what I said. I will go underneath.
Oh God.
Okay.
And then if you guys...
So Piper and Helena going underneath. Klari and Neo on top.
I think I'm going on top because I have a range
Okay.
thing.
So Piper and who else underneath?
Neo.
Neo, okay.
Because what he can do then is he can just swing and slash with stuff.
So, Neo and Piper.
Yes.
In a moment, you'll both need to make either athletics or acrobatics checks.
Not to sit on the swing.
That is fine.
Yes, as it takes off and flies through the air and lowers with the shifting weight of their body weight and the angle that it's descending at. First though, Clary, can you make a spellcasting check? So a d20 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
So just intelligence, something nice for you.
What is this?
Oh.
Yeah, just for intelligence.
Yours is charisma.
Oh.
Ooh, okay, good.
Okay. Then Neo and Piper, can you now both make acrobatics or athletics checks with advantage and a +2?
Oh, let's go.
Because you have rigged up a very significant support system, and Klari is piloting smoothly and confidently to not jostle you guys.
You say acrobatics and athletics, or acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics or athletics. So either you're holding on through sheer strength of like gripping it.
Shit!
Oh my god. Your lowest you can do is a 12?
I'm very bendy.
Technically a 13.
13, sorry. Oh my
I'll
god.
just roll for Neo. He's got plus 10. Plus. So Neo gets a 23. And Piper gets
15. 16. Oh yeah, no advantage, of course.
Advantage on the plus
Second time this session I rolled a 1 and a 2.
So, you guys slowly begin to descend. And as you do so, Piper, one of your feet catches this trailing, like one of the trailing branches that's hanging below you. You don't quite see, snagging you very slightly, but you manage to grip on, and Neo like takes his other hand and like grabs you, like the back of your jacket, holding you, and you both manage to avoid falling off. And you slowly descend down, the weight slowing this carpet down significantly. And as you do so, the bottom comes into view. But before the bottom comes into view, the smell hits you. As you drift out over this hole, rising, almost sort of hot air rising up from the mounds of decaying and rotting flesh down here. And you drift down, and slowly looming out of the darkness, with sword out, guiding you light, you see dozens and dozens, dozens of bones.
Many people.
Some stripped white and clean, some still with remnants of stringy flesh going putrid, slowly sloughing off. You see small bones of small animals, deer and the like. You also see some quite large skeletons, long, almost snake-like, with a single spine with many ribs wrapping around. The head is a peculiar conical shape. The mouth seems to be a dark, opening, sort of gaping open hole. Jaws split into 4 pieces, you can see. It could move. And on those jaws, multiple rings of many teeth. You descend and take all this in. And as you do so, you look around, and the roots where they poke through have slightly lessened. And looking around, you see walls enclosing you on all sides. There seems to be no exit from the bottom of the pit, other than to go back up.
Is there any people?
Yeah, seeing a lot of dead things. I would also like to make a perception check. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of dead things down there.
You do spot some humanoids in and amongst them.
Oh shit, 24, fuck.
What kind of humanoids? Have I seen them before?
You just see the general shape of humanoid ribs, arms,
Oh, not.
not bodies,
Oh.
skeletons.
Skeleton. Oh shit, they're not down there.
Right, we're going up.
Okay, yeah, we'll go up. We'll go up instead.
You fly back up. How high are you going? Are you heading back into the tunnel, or are you ascending completely?
Up. Just to have a look before we go back in the tunnel.
Okay.
Um,
This
Yeah.
tunnel up is exceptionally long. There's just a faint pinprick of light above. How high would you like to rise?
Does it appear like there is anything of note in slightly closer to us? Like any other caverns that lead off?
You don't see anything that leads off. This seems, at least for the most part from where you guys currently are, a tunnel straight up and straight down, with one singular offshoot that you exited from.
The roots, how far up do they stop?
You can't tell, they disappear off into the darkness. You've got, for reference, you know, with your dark vision, you can only see about 60 feet, and then there's just this one pinprick of light in a dark vacuum all the way.
What about Clary? She can see pretty dang far with
You can
dark.
see 120 feet. It's much the same for Clary.
Okay, that's wow. Okay, so I think then maybe the best option would be to go back down the way we came, try the other shoots off. We now know the way out, effectively, right? So yeah, we can keep this in mind.
Because we
And
still
then-
need to find our stuff, like our magic stuff. And
Yeah.
2 people that we don't know, but these 2 other people
But
seem to know.
Help
The
for good
dead-
people.
Dead people.
Yeah. Cool. In which case, yeah. Let's keep it.
You descend back down a little ways, find the cavern opening. Everyone enters and dismounts your contraption. You do have to roll the carpet up and put it away again. It's a bit too large to just be carrying around at all times.
Can they not just fly next to us?
Someone would need to pilot it, but you could do that.
That's annoying.
It's not sentient enough to follow you magically.
Okay.
Someone has to control it and will it where to go. But you could have someone do that.
Could we head back down and take that right way?
Right the way you're headed, or right the way.
So when there was the 2 different things. There was like the right one was slightly smaller, the other one was bigger. Right
Okay.
one smaller.
Yeah.
You can off into a small.
So you walk along, and it takes a while. Around 15, maybe 20 minutes in. Scratching of claws. You don't immediately spot anything from the light of Piper's sword. Pause for a moment. Nothing. No other sound reaching your ears other than the dripping of the water in the cavern. Maybe a trickle where it's formed a very slight stream, inches wide as it runs all the way down.
Someone is heralding a cat. Or they're up. One of the 2.
Squeak and scratching noise. A little click of some tiny claws on stone.
I see it. Blowing.
Make a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah, you turn around, you're looking left and right, and then eventually you look up, and running along one of these little routes again is another little rat. It's just roll to hit.
Ray of Frost. Buddy.
Yeah, it runs along and then falls off and with a tinkle. The ice shatters on the floor.
Cool.
Eventually you make it back to this crossroads, heading what is now to your left down this slightly smaller tunnel. You walk for a minute or so, the tunnel starts to bend round to the right, obscuring your view. The temperature as you walk has been cool and cold, and as you begin to walk forwards, now the air starts getting damper and more humid. You start to sweat a little bit in your armour as you walk forth. And eventually, the smell of fertilised earth and plant matter reaches your nostrils. And you walk out into a large, open cavern, the ceiling disappearing high above you into the darkness. All around are raised beds and with patches of earth in them. The beds themselves seem to be raised directly out of the roots from the ground. You can see roots in clusters stretch across the room, little offshoots coming off, and you can hear the steady trickle of water and see flowing down these, for want of a better word, pipes that have been crafted and created out of these roots as little trickles of water feeding all these different beds of plants. The room itself is much brighter pipey. You don't necessarily feel the need to keep your sword up, as the bioluminescence that comes off a large cluster of plants in the ceiling is almost casting a daylight effect on the room. The light is brighter and whiter than anything else you've previously encountered, keeping the room well lit. But there are large beds with tall flowering plants in it. There are smaller beds with individual little flowers or bushes in them. Some of them are fruit bearing, it seems. Some of them are quite, I've seen quite aggressive looking spikes. In places you can almost see a mix. As you walk through, you can see a mixture and a progression. There will be rows of plants lined up next to each other, and you can see like a transformation. The first one will look, and then the next one will be a very slight different variation, then another slight variation, and so on until you've got 5 or 6 down the line. And then looking at either end of the line, you have 2 completely different plants, but one is slowly transitioned into something else. You can see ones where you start with 2 completely different plants at the end, and slowly they come into the middle, and the transition into a third completely different plant in the middle, each being slowly combined, and you can see elements where they've been cross-joined and cross-bred. You've entered a huge looking terrarium of plants where all sorts of plant-based experimentation has gone on to breed dozens of different varieties of plants that you've never seen before.
I don't know anything about plants.
The only other feature of note in the game is high in the cavern wall, maybe 60-70 feet up, is another opening.
I'm not going to have much light down here. Just saying.
There is a big cluster of plants in the ceiling that is giving off an almost daylight-worthy light effect.
There is, but isn't plants... I guess no. No, the plants need like the actual UV light.
I don't know. Maybe it is.
Can I go to some of the plants and just ray of frost them at their roots?
Yeah.
I know plants don't like cold.
What if some of them are like healing plants?
I mean, can I maybe identify any of the plants? Do I
Make a nature check.
Oh, if only Stix were here with fucking expertise in nature.
Can I also make a nature check?
You can also make a nature check if you want.
Nature, we are
And
me.
6. I mean, you recognise some of these plants. You're like, yeah, that's a plant I've seen before. That's a plant I've seen before. That's not a plant I've seen before. No idea what that is. One that almost looks like an apple tree. And you're like, are apple trees meant to be have that colour leaves? But it does look like it has some quite nice looking apples on it.
Yeah, I'm just going to go around and to some of the smaller ones, just start ray of frosting their bottom. Because this dragon can't have nice things.
Yeah, so you walk around, you start casting Ray of Frost, and indeed, this concentrated cold, you see the plants freeze up, and the ambient temperature of the room thaws them quite quickly, but as they thaw, they noticeably wilt under this ray of cold that you've cast on them. One exit to this chamber high in the wall.
Yeah, we definitely need to look at that in a minute.
Yeah, I don't really know much other things about plants. I don't really help here. I don't particularly eat any of those apples or anything like that. Don't trust it. Dragon's a bit of an experimenter, isn't he? Probably quite smart.
I can levitate the plants.
If you want.
That's about all I can do.
You can levitate more than just plants, but yes.
I know, but I don't know anything I can do with a plant.
You have to do anything to the plants.
Well, I'm scared these are like healing plants to bring back our two idiots, and we're just not going to be able to do anything, and I'm stressing out.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We just need to find the place with all the fucking diamonds.
Well, as far as you're aware, there is no plant-based resurrection. There is a diamond-based resurrection.
You never know. Maybe these weird hybrids.
Remember if you've seen any diamonds or find any diamonds.
We need to find the treasury.
Nice. Okay.
To get some diamonds.
Excellent.
Wait, what?
Now we just need to find someone who can resurrect people. And we need to find them.
Wait, I can resurrect people.
You can?
Yeah! I told everyone this earlier on. I can resurrect both of them. I need 2 hours and 1,000 gold's worth of diamonds.
Excellent.
No, in total.
I think one person can be resurrected if we find them, so that's cool.
Wait, what? One person can be resurrected if we find them. What about the other person?
Well, we don't have enough diamonds yet, I don't think.
Wait, how much have we got? How much have we got?
We got that diamond ring in my weird necklace.
Oh, the diamond ring in your weird necklace. If you were to evaluate that diamond on the current market...
Well, Helena, make an intelligence check.
Oh, I'm not very intelligent, I don't think.
But currently you can't see the diamond and you're the only one that has seen it.
Oh, okay.
If you were to explain it to me, could I try and give...
Oh, wait, where the hell is my intelligence? Oh, yeah. This is a good
start. Make an intelligence check with disadvantage. And she's only trying to sort of describe it to you within, within its set, within the ring.
At this point, I think I don't need to roll again.
Can we go back in there? Can I go back in?
Piper can make one with disadvantage based on your description.
Hold on,
5 stands.
Yeah.
I'm going to say with her 5. Okay, I need to. It's very specific.
It's
This
like
is literally.
this big.
This is literally bringing people back from the dead. It's a very specific task.
Okay, 2 seconds.
Right. So I need to go in. Get me in, and I will evaluate.
So so Helena is currently pulls out the necklace, taps on it, and is sucked inside. The necklace immediately drops to the floor.
I'll pick up the necklace, just hold it for the minute, and it doesn't get lost in the dark or go out by a rat or some shit.
Okay.
Oh God, can you imagine that? Oh shit! Fucking rat runs off. Then she comes back out and there's just a dragon. It's like, guys, I got the oh.
That is exactly what not happens. So you're inside, yeah? And you have these 2 mannequins. And you're
I would like to study it intensely.
Okay. Your
but
vibe still stands.
Oh,
You take it, I'm alive. Can
Right.
any more?
I'm coming out, and then you can go in, but just don't take it out because we don't want to lose it.
Okay. So Helena, you walk up, you press your hand against the large green window, and you exit out, appearing next to Piper, who's now holding your necklace.
Mine.
Okay, get me in there. Send me in, Captain. How do I go in?
Touch it.
Touch.
You touch it, and you willingly enter inside, and you see the same thing, this 30 by 30 by 30 foot stone room made from grey stone blocks. These 2 figures, 2 mannequins in this dancing pose, both with rings on their fingers.
Oh wait, both with rings on their fingers. Oh, one of them.
Only one of them's a diamond.
He has a plain gold band. She has a diamond ring.
Well, I have to say, this is lovely. Sorry to disturb. I'm just gonna. Does this diamond look like? So as I said, I've revived people before, right? Does it look like about the size of which I could use to maybe
Make an intelligence check. Just a straight one, because you can now see this diamond. It looks big. It looks big. You're not sure whether it's big enough to cast the spell that you need.
I'm not sure it's big enough in the sense of like I actually would not be would know, or is it like
so it is of a size that you would estimate would. So to slightly meta this explanation, you're pretty confident it would cover a revivify. You're not confident that it is big enough to cover a raise dead, but it's not that you think it. You don't know. Basically, it's like of a size where you're like that could be, or that could be like 450 instead of 500. You know, that sort of. It's on the cusp, and you're not sure.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say we need 3 diamonds. I'm gonna say, or at least we're gonna have to try and find like 2.5 diamonds. We need like another diamond ish. Because hold on, what if we need diamond dust? Because I fucking know we can't break down a fucking diamond. That shit would be possible.
Dink, dink, dink.
A diamond worth at least 500 GP, which is fucking... Okay, thank God. Because there is a spell that uses diamond dust.
Yeah.
And that is impossible to get unless you actually get it from someone.
What if you Eldritch Blast it?
Maybe. I guess man.
You could try. If you
Well, I
wanted,
don't need
if
to.
you wanted to turn it to dust.
Well, we don't need to, so it's
Okay.
fine.
It's up to you.
No.
Diamonds are like...
Not right now.
Diamonds are really, really big.
Yeah, but those.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You got like diamond drill bits, like big industrial thing. Little diamond. Okay. I'll get out of the thing. I'll go back towards the door or the window. And I'll get out.
Yeah, so to essentially clarify, you put the value of this diamond between like 450 and 550. but you're not sure where it falls in that range.
Okay, I'm gonna hope for the best because Piper's an optimistic lad.
Mm-hmm.
But realistically, if it's not big enough, it's not big enough. He's doing these guys a favour. But also in terms of the character, the guy who plays Stix, please let it be big enough.
Well, we're gonna need another one anyway because.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Do we know how long one could stay within this area for?
What do you mean?
How long could one stay within the nets?
Oh, you don't know.
Don't know. Testing game. Right. Okay. Well, I will leave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you walk up to the window, you place your hand on it, and will yourself, and you pass out, and you appear standing next to Helena and Klari and Neo.
Okay. It might work. I am like 75% sure it will work.
Well, we can use that one on Stix then.
Fucking excuse me. I mean, you're not wrong, but because Stix, he ain't a fancy fella, so we don't need a fancy diamond, right? He needs just enough. Right. So we need one more diamond. Probably.
Least, if we can find more.
And 2 bodies. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the
2
bodies. But yeah, of course. Okay, so
what's up in that bit? Can we go up there, please?
You can try. How are you going up?
On the carpet.
On the carpet?
Please, may I borrow your
you're
carpet?
going on a ship in a little carpet ship.
We're all going on it. In our little swing thing.
You can ascend that way if you wish. It's up to you.
Does everyone want to come?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll come along. Chantal's kind of a loop. So.
Okay.
I will come along. Klari and Neo hold the fort.
Good plan. Let's go.
You're leaving them behind?
Just on the...
We're just taking a look, aren't we?
Yeah. And if there's something, we can just pick them up.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, maybe we should probably pick them up. Yeah.
You know what? Yes.
Let's get that swing out.
I'm imagining that's the same look like Neo's giving us, like, we're coming, right? we should come along with his portent abilities. Yeah. Let's bring them along and get the swing set.
You can get the swing set out. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling.
Well, first I need a spellcasting check from whoever's piloting.
If we're doing it the way we did it before, that'll be Klari. So, I'll do it for Klari. Oh, Klari with the rolls today.
Okay. Then another check with advantage and a +2 from Neo and Piper.
Absolutely. Acrobatics plus 12, 19.
This time there is no issue.
31?
Fuck yeah.
Jeez.
I'm doing flips. I'm doing like the trapeze on this shit. I'm loving it.
So this time, no issue at all. You guys all assemble and ascend smoothly, rising up about 70 feet into the air to this dark, looming tunnel. You walk for a little bit. It's not too far before. There we go. Before you open out into another dimly lit chamber. This chamber has an all too familiar appearance, Piper.
Oh,
This
fuck.
is the experimentation lab where
Ah.
you have been tortured over and over and over again.
Okay, guys, I will stand on out, and you will you go.
Two
Go.
large stone slabs serve as workbenches in the center of the room. Along one wall is a set of large 8-foot tall glass tanks standing in metal brackets at the bottom. A couple of them stand empty, but several of them are filled with a dark green liquid. Inside a couple you can see partially transformed people taking the shape of draconians. One of them has an egg suspended in it that is halfway through sort of a slow hatch as arms and legs seem to be growing out of it. Another one has an egg in it which seems to be in the process of splitting itself into multiple pieces, almost like mitosis. Seems to have sort of contracted around the middle and be in the process of splitting into two. In one tank, looking grey and gaunt, blood covering his clothes from his various wounds, floats Stix, unarmed and armorless.
No.
Stix floats in a tank.
No.
Visually unchanged, other than the fact that he is dead. On one of the two benches is the body of Arwen.
Stop.
Oh,
Around
God.
the edge of the chamber are more benches covered with vials and test tubes and jars of unknown liquids and ingredients.
Have I perhaps seen any of my old cohort? Or are they all... Would I assume they're all like draconians now?
You recognize the two that are partially transformed.
Oh, it's too long to... Fuck. Okay.
One side of the chamber drops away, a sheer drop into blackness down below. This Piper, you surmise, is the route up and would be a straight descent straight down back to the cells.
We could
When you were selected for your torture and experimentation, you were taken out of your cell and flown straight up by the dragon himself to this room.
Okay.
On one wall, two large purple worm heads
Apple worms!
are hung. Many different tubes and pipes are inserted into the mouth, and you can see a thick liquid oozing down these transparent pipes.
Oh, what?
The venom seems to be being drained off.
Oh! I fucking think... Oh my
Are you turning Arwen
God.
into a purple worm? I swear to God. You leave her alone.
Okay.
She's just lying on a bench. Dead.
Well, after throwing up a couple of times, I think Piper would start setting about, like, okay, we found these guys, we gotta fucking move. I was meant to go for one of these treatments, wasn't I?
You suspected one of these was coming within a number of, like, within less than a day. You suspected, given the rhythmic pattern. You guys have been out of here for some hours now, wandering around.
We need to fucking move. We need to go very, very quickly.
She like taped down, not taped, you know.
No, she's just lying there.
I grab her, I touch the necklace, she's going in there.
Okay, so you take the body of Arwen and you put it inside the vault.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is she okay? Brian. Is that a bad thing to do? Oh my god, have I done a bad thing?
No, you just grabbed someone and put them inside the vault. They're already dead.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine.
Like putting them in there is gonna kill them
exactly.
again.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Unless these mannequins eat people. You know, maybe we should take care of those mannequins.
Yeah. I'm scared of these mannequins.
What I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna go after my peeps. So they're in like these big like vats, right? I'm assuming there's a way to get on top of them and potentially pull.
They're about 8 foot tall. They're open on top, but you can't. You can't see anything. You can't see a way to sort of climb up. There's no ladder or anything like that. You imagine a dragon, you know, certainly an adult dragon would have no problem just picking up a thing and just putting it through the open top.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to get the carpet then. I'm just going to raise that. So like that raises, and then I'm going to drag my people, pull them onto the carpet.
Okay. Well, first make a Constitution saving throw, and then make a Strength check.
I might ask for like Neo's help in doing this, just because, like, Piper's only got one strength. He ain't lifting an entire fucking person. He ain't lifting an entire person on his own. So what was that? Constitution save, yeah.
Yeah, first Constitution save.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry. That wasn't a Constitution save. That was a minus 2. That's 18.
Okay. Well, that still passes. Where is my d6? So you take 2 acid damage. As you plunge your hands into this thing, your hands start to itch and burn, but you power through. You know, trying to at least rescue the bodies. You're not sure how viable it'll be, given that they're half transformed. One of them is more transformed, sort of in the limb. You can see one of the shoulders and arms is completely gone, and it's this scale effect is starting to creep up the face. The other one you can see, like almost like bursting like through, like the shirt's been ripped off. You know, the entire chest has like been covered in like spine. The spine has started to become exaggerated, and with like spines actually being poked through the skin. Make a strength check to try and lift one of these heavier than normal.
Has Neo come to help?
You can, he will help you. You can have advantage.
Yeah, like I do not have very good strength, so yeah.
10. You're starting to like lift and drag. Make another con save for me.
Oh fuck.
Okay, you take 4 acid damage this time. You're still like splashing around trying to like get enough around. Your arms and things are really starting to burn now as you're lifting and trying to pull. Make a final strength check with advantage.
Oh, that's better.
19. Yeah, so you get this first one out and you get it onto the carpet. The carpet starts to sort of sizzle and smoke in places where like the acid is splashing off your hands and you know, pooling off the body of this person.
Sorry, Reginald.
You're
Fine,
floating in the air next to one tank. You've got.
Yeah, I'll go then to the next tank.
It's quite tricky. You've got one body on this, and you and Neo are trying to sort of crouch on this. It's very precarious.
Okay, I'll drop down to the ground.
Okay.
Lay them down.
Yeah.
And you'll go get the next one.
Okay.
As quickly as possible.
Okay. If you don't get hands in first, another con save.
Okay. With
Fail.
And con save. Also fail.
So you take 6 acid damage. And this one's like slicker. It's heavier. It's slightly more scaled, so you're like struggling to get a grip because there's no clothing for you to pull on this one. You've made no progress to pull this out.
Big beast hand. No, I couldn't have because I've been able to use that. Okay. I'll do it again. Try and pull them out. Try and do with it.
Another strength check. 21.
Oh! Look at that. And
You can't save.
17.
Okay, you only take 2 more acid damage as you finally get this out. Klari, can you roll a d20 for me? As Piper and Neo haul this figure onto the carpet, it once again starts to sizzle in places as it gets soaked through with acid. The carpet develops a couple of holes and quivers a little bit in the air. It's a little bit unsteady now. Due to the damage it's taken, the weight it can carry has been reduced by 25%.
The was reduced by 20%?
So the weight it can carry has been reduced by 25%, and so is its speed. So it's not disastrous. It can still carry 300 pounds and move at 45 feet per round. But the enchantment has suffered damage because of the damage to the carpet.
That is fine by me. Okay. And then I will... Is there any just like cloth?
Yeah.
Like a big like cloth or something like that?
There's sort of like a few rags and things around. What you actually find is some clothing that has been stripped off previous people and just sort of dumped. It's pretty tattered and ragged. You can see there's a few bloodstains in some of it.
Pretty big bit of cloth that I can just like roll these 2 up in, and then ask Thingy to put these 2 in.
There's not really any single piece of fabric large enough to do wrap a body in.
Okay.
There's like bolts of cloth around, unfortunately.
It doesn't really matter if not.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just
you can store them away in the necklace.
Yeah, store them away in the necklace, and then finally go to Stix and.
Neo will take the lead on this one if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Is he in the acid?
Pardon?
Is he in the acid?
Yeah.
How is he in acid? He's an elf. He's gonna die.
What?
He's already dead.
Yeah, no, but all his skin would sizzle off.
Who said he had skin to begin with?
It's an 18 on a con save.
Yeah.
Has Arwen been in the acid?
That one doesn't look like she's been in the acid.
Oh, Arwen hasn't been in the acid.
Yeah. So Neo, he still takes half damage. So 3 halved to 1. So Neo takes 1 acid damage and manages to pull this thing out onto the carpet. So he manages to pull Stix out onto the carpet.
He made that look easy.
He did. Piper asked for his help, not for him to do it. So Piper led those. Neo has a +4 to strength, and although you would have had a +3 from his aura each time, it wouldn't have made a difference on your passes and fails on your Constitution checks.
That's fair. Right. In which case, are we done? We've grabbed people.
You have everyone's body. You can all help carry them through into the necklace.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When putting the bodies in,
Mm-hmm.
I just like poke one of the mannequins.
Yeah. Nothing happens.
Give him a poke Okay,
Yeah,
poke it harder this time.
It's as you poke it harder, it just slightly rocks in place as you like upset the balance of it.
And then now proper push it.
It falls over.
Oh my god, that's
And they sort of, as they're both sort of in this dancing pose, they both fall over together and sort of separate, and they're both sort of like rocking on their backs with their arms, out as they would be around each other.
That's possibly more freaky.
Yeah, someone putting fucking mannequins together in it. Like a wedding. Is the man dressed nice? Does he have like a nice...
Well,
yeah,
yes,
he was dressed
but...
in, simple but fine clothes. It wasn't this beautiful, ornate outfit that this dress was.
Something.
He's clearly being outshone.
Mm-hmm.
Ty. Nah, you know what? Ty wouldn't go with this whole thing. I'll leave him. I'm gonna shove him up against... I'll push him over, shove him up against the side, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the ring off one of the the bride's finger.
Mm-hmm.
Put that on Arwen's finger.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, okay, that's... Actually, no, we agreed that was for Stix, so put that on Stix's finger.
Okay.
I'll say, okay, there you go.
It's a little bit tight. You can only, on his larger hand, so you can only get on his pinky, unfortunately.
Fantastic.
I'm sorry, you can't marry Stix. That's it.
Hey, I can marry or be whoever the fuck I want, okay? So yeah, I'll put that on his finger and I'll just go, okay, don't lose it. And go spend it on dead things and I'll come out. And then, we can go. We need to go. We need to leave this fucking place.
While he's doing that, is there like a vial of the purple worm shit?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of like different vials and stuff like scattered around. You can see where it's collecting. There's sort of notebooks and things as well.
Can I flick through them really quick?
Yeah, if you want, make an investigation check.
No, it's intimidation.
Intimidate the book into telling you what you want to know. Unnatural 20. Yeah, you find the book that details Piper's torture.
Oh my god!
Piper seems to have had an entire notebook dedicated, as he is such an interesting specimen, reading it, because it starts off all talking about how, normally a person would transform, in one of several different ways that the dragon had discovered. But Piper, being a changeling, presented an extraordinary challenge because any change that was inflicted upon him, his body just seemed to absorb and he could ignore. So even though for a time he might develop scales or claws or something like that, it would soon fade as he basically transformed into whatever he wanted. Looked however he wanted to. But it details all the different things, many different concoctions he was fed, with increasing potencies, and the results, all the different experiments and subcutaneous implants and subdermal implants of scales and claws and teeth and stuff, and how they affected him. But currently, to no avail, was a permanent transformation method established.
This person's obsessed with you.
I know, right? I mean, who wouldn't be? Well, who wouldn't be, right?
But yeah, even looking through that, you do find what seems to be a whole assortment of notebooks on various different topics, and then you find sort of underneath all the other ones a small black leather-bound book. This one is tied shut with a little. It's what looks like a very old and worn blue ribbon. And you untie it and you open it up, and you find what seems to be some sort of diary.
Mm-hmm.
And you flick through the various pages, quite sporadic entries, sort of day by day. And you learn that the dragon Uxin had not a lover, but a heart's desire. Someone he...
Oh, was that what the mannequins were?
Another dragon, a blue dragon, that he...
That's the lady. The lady. The lady dragon.
Oh.
wanted to marry. And wanted to win her affection and win her favour. Unfortunately, this was contested. As dragons grow up, the older a dragon is, the less bothered it is by the younger dragons in its territory. It doesn't see them as a threat or competition, but as they get older and start to establish themselves as competition, they either have to move or they get put down by the resident that owns the territory. And Uxin decided that he would challenge the resident blue dragon for the territory in order to claim the hand of the dragon that he loved and desired. But he knew he couldn't best them by natural means, so he started to experiment on himself. He tried different things to make himself faster, stronger, eventually discovering that through a mixture of plants and purple worm venom, he could increase the potency and consistency of his poison breath attack into a more sludge-like state that would stick to people and surfaces, and was hoping to use this to defeat the much larger adversary, blinding him, having this breath weapon stick to him, making him unable to throw it off and resist. Unfortunately, he didn't properly account for quite how strong and tough an ancient blue dragon is. His wings were broken, and his tail was broken, and he was left beaten and battered and scarred by lightning. He wasn't even worth killing. He was no threat. He was cast aside as a petty child.
Nuisance.
But he swore his revenge. He swore he would become bigger, stronger, he'd rise up. And he settled on a plan. He would continue his experiments, and next time, he would not attack alone. He would bring an army with him.
So many armies.
Jesus Christ.
And you get the impression this happened some 100 or so, at least, years ago. He's been biding his time, perfecting his experiments. You also, as you take the time to read through this, find there's a few sort of vindictive lines in there at one point. How one of the first eggs that he stole, not the first, but once he had stolen a couple of eggs from other dragons, he made a point to go and steal one from this dragon's clutch, to torture it, and turn it into his first successful draconian. And the joy he felt knowing the pain that this ancient dragon would have felt at the loss of its egg.
Oh shit.
But that's what you find in terms of notes.
I'm gonna fucking murder him.
This is, sort of what Helena's like looking through and reading while Stix is Sorry, I keep getting... Sorry, Ben. While Piper and Neo are on the carpet trying to pull Stix and his...
I keep opening it accidentally, so,
and his
you know.
companions out of the tank. So, you've got time to read this, and it takes a good while for them to sort of haul them out, lay them down, move them into your necklace.
No, I'll keep all of the books because I want to.
Okay.
And then we need to fucking go. Like, we need to skedaddle yesterday. We need to be gone.
Let's go.
To the treasury. Right? That's where we need to go next. I mean, like magic items and shit. I would assume that would be all in a similar place.
Yeah. Neo will offer to heal you again. Piper.
Oh yeah, he could heal me because I lost about 18 points of damage there. I lost quite a few.
He will cast a level 1 cure wounds on you this time. Yeah, 8 hit points back.
8 hit points back. That is fantastic. That's now 63 out of 72. And that'll be fine. That'll be fine until we need to do stuff.
Okay. So you guys are leaving?
Mm-hmm.
Which way are you exiting?
Down the flower way.
Down the flower way? Back through the terrarium?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The flowers or the dungeon?
Yeah. So back down, and then back down to that hallway where there's the 3 different ways off, and we'll go now the left way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be yeah.
Okay. You guys leave. You descend safely down back into the terrarium itself. This warm, moist atmosphere that's around you. You realise sort of how much being in that environment and that exertion has made you sweat. Piper, your hands and your forearms are stinging and burning still from this pain.
Ouch.
It's been a little bit lessened by this magical healing. Some of the skin has returned to its or closer to its normal colour, but most of it is still quite red.
I know how to bunny.
And you guys descend back through down the tunnels, eventually making it back to this crossroads through the larger tunnel. You're walking, it slowly curves one way and then back to the other. Cool air again turns a little bit warmer. Not as much as the terrarium, but a little bit warmer. It's quiet and softly lit by this bioluminescence. It seems to cover all the walls and things. And you step out of this, you approach the end of this tunnel, and it opens up into this large open cavern. Large roots covered in moss and fungus cross the floor and twist a few feet off the ground, making it very difficult to walk through. But you can do so. And hopefully you can't see anything until
Yay, darkness.
I do this.
Yay, darkness.
There we go.
Some stuff.
So this is what you guys can see at the moment. You guys have come in from this left where the light is.
That's on there.
You can if you like.
is creepy. Not a fan. That's a fan.
Should we put one of us on here just to like show
Yeah, that works.
where we're going? Or
Yeah, that works.
okay, cool.
Yeah, so we're here.
Yeah.
Can continue onwards, I guess.
Yeah. Go up.
Yeah.
Good.
How
Research.
are you proceeding?
Stealthily.
Okay, stealth checks from everyone then.
Stealthily. And I'm going to hold on. I have an idea of how to fix Neo.
How to fix Neo.
Yeah. Don't know why I did that. Yeah. I have an idea of how to fix him so that he's not such a fucking burden. Every
Wow.
time. Every time I want to do anything stealthily.
Behind.
No, that's also not a good plan. I'm going to cast. Can I do it on other things? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to cast invisibility.
Okay.
This might be a really bad plan because it uses up a second level spell slot. I don't have a lot anyway. I'll do it. But yeah, so he's now invisible.
Wait.
Huh?
I can do it.
You can do it.
That would use your
Yeah.
only remaining spell slot.
No, because it's the thingy mabob one
Oh,
I
you
can do
can-
whenever.
You can do it at will.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
Oh, shit!
You can cast invisibility at will.
Yep.
Is it at will or is that a once per day one?
No, it's at will.
Damn.
I just have to read my book.
Oh, so you have to cast it as a ritual?
Yeah.
Invisibility is not a ritual spell.
I definitely can do it for some reason.
Is it? Did you take the feat shadow touched? No, I think it's a
Yes, I
thing.
did.
Yeah, I think that might be stealth only.
You learn invisibility.
You learn the invisibility spell.
Oh, okay.
You can cast it once without expending a spell slot.
Aha!
Oh,
Look at this shit.
So you can you can cast. So that's your once per day casting of invisibility.
Yes.
All right.
Neo goes invisible.
That'd be right.
Neo goes invisible, and we continue. Is there any way of him taking off like some of his armor to make him more stealthily?
Yeah, he can do that. He can doff his armor.
I don't want him to doff all of his armor, but is there a way?
I mean,
Is
his
what was-
armor is mainly for your reminder. His armor, I believe, is chest plate. Yeah, no, he's got half plate, so he. I mean, it's kind of an all or nothing situation, really. Like either his armor's on or off.
Yeah.
You know, there's not like a complicated armor system where you have different pieces.
No, that's fair. That's fine. Taking that off is gonna take too much time. He's invisible now. That should help anyway. We won't disadvantage anymore at the very least, and maybe we can try and just make sure he's stealthy. Depends how many stealth checks we would be making. Well,
Everyone make a spell check.
I know he's not the most dexterous fellow, so maybe he should like stay at the back anyway, and then we get our most stealthiest of the stealth up.
It's gone well.
Oh, what? Why do?
That's 2 failures.
Why do we try? That's 632. Not
Unfortunately,
fun. How's
for
that?
a net 20, it's only 1 success.
13. Oh, me with a spoon.
Ooh, with a spoon.
5%.
Yeah.
Neo, you'll be really pleased to know, gets a 5.
5 total.
Yes.
Oh.
Shit. Well,
The advantage cancels out his disadvantage, which means a straight roll. He rolled a 4 plus 1.
Excellent.
oh, we've really screwed the fucking pooch on this one, eh?
Well, maybe we need to roll another one before anything comes and eats
Unfortunately, that's not how the check works. The check is you think you've done this to the best of your ability, so you guys are pretty convinced that you are stealthy.
I'm doing great.
We are doing fine.
Just saying.
But yes, so you guys are stealthing through.
A ledge. Fine.
Yes, it's only a little ledge.
Oh, so it's not like a.
The size of a square. Yeah, it's not like a big cliff, it's just a little ledge up.
That's alright then.
If you want to move yourselves on through, you want to zoom out a little.
Yeah, I forgot it's my token we're using, so I completely forgotten that was my thing. I can't close my character sheet. I'm being serious, I can't actually close it. Can't fucking. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, well, as you make your way up,
Making my way downtown.
the things open out and reveal.
Ooh.
Push it down, might as
Really
well.
like.
And reveal. Oh wow. This is cool. Where'd you get this?
I borrowed the map and then I made some changes to it. So all the plant life and stuff on it has been added and edited by myself.
Oh shit! It looks fucking cool.
Yes. The base map was an acquisition. And you actually got to see a little bit further. I can't bother to work out whether or not the distance is that far, but you got to see over there as well.
Ooh. Is there anything in these like little God, I can't click on a bloody bit. In like here?
You'd have to walk in there and investigate.
Yeah, I think first we'll check what's on like our level. I'm assuming that's like a drop. How far is that?
That's a drop down.
How far is that drop?
It's only about sort of 5 feet or so. It's not.
Okay.
All the
Yeah.
changes in here are pretty easy.
What might be up this way?
You want that way?
Way up
What
here.
you find is what seems to be the most recent kill.
Oh no.
There's quite a fresh looking pile of bones there, with blood soaking into the floor.
Okay.
You're not
What
quite
about-
sure what it was, but it was something quite big and scaly.
Shit. And that's like water down there, right? I'm assuming,
Yeah, that's a long. That to the north there is quite a far drop. It just disappears down, and you can hear the sound of rushing water from down there.
Okay. I'm going to suggest that Klari drop down like low real quick and just take a peek left and right. Or like predominantly at that downwards corridor down there to see.
Good plan.
She's perfect.
If Clary's happy to do that.
She's currently in the toilet, so I'm gonna say yes.
Well, this seems to be quite a. Let's just get that a little bit. A little tangle through there, quite close knit with these roots and things growing through. And you're having to, if you were to go down there, you'd have to sort of climb and climb up and over through this difficult terrain.
Okay. Oh my god, why didn't we put Neo on the fucking flying carpet? Because then he's not moving, is he?
That's so true.
Oh, I mean, he'd be a bigger target, but I feel like, you know, if we get seen, he gets seen. He could have just been on this, like, carpet, just sat there still. Okay, then I think as a group, looking down this way, we'll just sneak on over and see what's down here. What's down this very end bit? I've peered my head down across.
So there's another drop down into a pool of water.
Before we head down there, I know Piper personally would like to see what's up here. Climb up onto that little bit, yeah, and then see what's in here.
Yeah, you push your way in. At first glance, it seems empty. Make a perception check for me.
Absolutely.
Can I help?
Would.
Yeah, you can help.
I'm helping you.
Yay!
Yes!
29!
Yeah, you can see there seems to be a number of sort of like roots and things have been like pushed and shaped into like a small, almost like bowl-like area that could conceivably be some sort of shelter or bed.
Like a nest.
Not quite that much, no. Almost as if, you know, this might be some sort of lounging spot. You can see the trickle of water runs quite quickly out through through like a gap in the rock here and runs down across the floor.
That's where he comes to relax.
Maybe.
It's a spa treatment.
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't love a good spa? Reveal this as well.
Ooh, a loop-de-loop.
Yeah, it does seem to do a bit of the old loop.
How far down is that water?
It's about it's only a couple of foot drop into the water.
Oh, okay, so it's not as deep, as far down as the one that's up to the top.
No, that's sort of about a 10-15 foot drop.
Okay,
there.
and this is just...
Yeah, but this water is deep.
Oh, that's fine then.
You can see it's quite clear and clean, but it has a sort of greenish tint from the light around it. It does seem to be maybe 10 foot deep or something like that. You're not quite sure, but you know, certainly too deep to stand in.
I suggest that we climb down and do a little swim.
Can Neo swim in his heavy armour? Is he very confident?
He's strong. He can swim across.
Okay, then yeah.
Jump, because it will make a splashy sound.
Slowly climb down.
Okay. Well, everyone make another stealth check then.
Swim across.
I mean, I can't do any worse.
It's a lot better.
Claries. The 26. It's just ridiculous.
Actually. There goes a pen. What's it passive?
Stealth. 9. Come on. Come on. You gotta want it. You're gonna want it.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that wasn't
Not in the numbers in my mind.
okay. That okay is definitely not okay.
Drop down into the water and all slowly swim across. Just making your way, you're trying to be careful, trying not to splash too much as you enter the water. Try to keep afloat. Piper, you're sort of heavy. You're slightly weakened from being in prison for so long, and your heavy cloak starts to drag you down a little bit. You have to splash a little, kick a little bit harder. Makes a
all
little
the
bit of noise.
fluttering around and bothering me in the wall.
As you come around the corner, you see another slight ledge up.
Oh, yeah, let's fucking go.
Okay. Spreads out again. These roots seem to tangle through, and you're having to sort of climb up and over and under and through them.
Skirting around the edge. Don't trust this shit.
As you come around the corner,
Oh no.
on the wall, about here-ish, you start to see it. Shining light, reflecting
Diamonds.
off something soft, sort of in the greenish light, in the greeny gold light.
Greeny gold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, emerald.
Greeny gold. Like,
Oh,
Go.
no, a
Are
dragon.
you continuing to push
Green
up?
dragon. It's the green. It's gonna
it's
give him all of his
it's so
diamonds and shit.
oh, it's so a dragon.
Is he?
I'm going to say.
I can't hear what you're saying, Ben.
Could Clary, there's a weird greeny golden light around a corner. Can you just peer around real quick with your fucking berserk, bodacious stealth? It's the wrong word, but there you are. I've been rolling stealthy this whole time. You're doing great. We're all doing shit, so don't worry. But
Oh my god.
Yeah, so Clary sneaks up and peers around the corner and spots an enormous pile of gold. Gold and silver and platinum pieces.
He was kind to.
See items, a few weapons, things like that. Hilts of swords, daggers, tip of a bow poking out in various places. Other sort of items of clothing, things like that, scattered throughout.
Fucking fantastic. First of all, I'm loading myself up with a little bit of gold. It's like a handful.
So the rest of you
Or
come
two.
behind.
Oh, Piper's just running like, yes, go.
I can't hear Chantal for some reason.
Hello?
Oh, okay. It seemed to have cut out for a sec. What did you
Yeah.
say, Chantal?
I was asking them to move the camera up a little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah, so are the rest of you joining Clary here?
Yeah.
Guys, go!
Oh. Yeah, I'll go around. I'll take a quick handful.
As you reach out and touch the first gold coin, you don't even get to pick it up. The whole thing shifts and rises, and coins start tumbling over each other, cascading around your feet as this swell rises and bursts.
We've won the
And
jackpot, well done.
from the top of it, it's a large, green, scaly figure. If I could work out how to right click on this fucking Mac. There we go. Rises out and flexes its wings.
I think for reference, if I'm being very honest with myself,
Yeah, you guys are.
I'd be at the very least here.
Come to play.
Slowly open my hand and let the gold drop.
A wise choice.
Hi. Nice.
You were allowed to live because you were interesting.
Yeah.
You, turns to Helena, were an oddity from somewhere. I was going to enjoy dissecting you. You two were nothing but an inconvenience. A reward for the damage you caused to my fine creations. I was going to take great pleasure in your slow demise. But we have to make that quicker. Dead things don't tend to cause me so much irritation. At that point, we shall roll some initiative. As it begins to roar back and you see this swelling in its throat.
Oh god, it's gonna...
Also, people should probably put themselves on the map because I'm feeling.
If everyone can
No,
hit
It's
the
just
map.
you. You're gonna do all...
It's. You know what? Piper versus a dragon. Bring it the fuck on. I polymorph.
I'm not...
Oh my god! Idea. Polymorph it. Stick it in the fucking necklace.
In the necklace? So it can eat... not me anymore.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if it's polymorphed into like a bunny, I'll just like grab them two, bring them out.
Yeah, true.
So much for trying to revive them before this fight.
Everyone rolls
Good.
initiative.
Good. Yes.
Purple, that's a 2 for Neo, excellent.
Happen.
Total 3, try and get quick.
14. What's your initiative?
+0 for its initiative modifier, excellent.
Initiative.
Okay, you can throw it on the map as well while you do that. That's what we got. Oh, this is a... Okay, well, we got... Piper up front. Followed by Klari.
I don't like how I'm just being shunted to the front here.
We'll put everyone in a nice cluster. You can all position yourselves. And then we've got... oh, missed an A in there. Arena. Finally brought up by Neo. The great and powerful.
Absolutely.
Alright. What would everyone like to do? Piper, you're up first.
I cast Hypnotic Pattern
Okay.
over him. He needs to make a something saving throw.
Cool. A something save.
Yes.
Rolled an 11, so it'll depend on the modifier.
Wisdom.
He fails. Well, I'm assuming your DC is in the teens somewhere. What's your DC?
DC is 17.
Yeah, he definitely fails.
Oh, yes! Oh my god! Okay, he's incapacitated, his speed is 0, he can't take any actions or reactions. He's fucking out. He's done. Guys, get your shit and go. Run.
Can you just drop that one in the...
You create a twisting pattern of colours that weave through the air in a 30-foot cube within
a minute.
appears from vanishes each week in the area.
Okay, yeah. So,
Till he takes
Piper reacts quickly, twisting this pattern through the air, and as described before, almost like these multicoloured spotlights flash across, magnified by the shiny reflectiveness of the gold. Just poof, 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 poof. And you see the scar, like there's this like lightning scarred burn down one side of its face as he like turns away from the light and like almost like tries to like cover, and then just sort of like seems to almost like drift in a daze.
I'm looking around with my passive perception. Is it just gold in this room, or are there
No, there
other?
are all sorts of things in this room.
Okay. Can I also? I mean, would it be an action or potentially a bonus action to try and clock either some of my magical miscellany, such
It would
or any kind of diamond?
So it would be everyone can make an I set some rules up for this. Everyone can make an investigation check. Investigation check.
I'm just going to say, everyone, do not touch him. Do not move him. Don't anything. If he takes any damage, he's out of this.
Okay. You've got a minute to scrabble through all of this.
Yeah.
So everyone make an investigation check.
Wrong. Investigation.
If you're looking for specific items, then that's going to make your DC higher if you're looking for specific items.
Well,
I
that's,
rolled yours,
you're all mine. But JJ, you're welcome to take the second roll for mine if you shit.
Okay.
All we need is a fucking diamond, and then we need to leave.
Okay. How would you like to have Neo?
Sure, you need to roll him.
I would assume.
Well, what would you like him to search for?
I would assume.
Diamond, probably.
Yeah, probably a diamond, if not his glaive.
Yeah. I was
Okay.
gonna say, what does he have with
At
magic?
the very least, at the very least his glaive. But you know, he liked Arwen. He liked. Maybe he'd look around.
Ooh,
for
he
it.
got a 2.
For fuck's sake, Neo.
Woo!
So I imagine this is sort of like probably Klari, most likely knowing Neo the best, has turned to Neo and gone, Neo, find a diamond or something like that. While everyone else is like dived into the pile looking for various other things. We'll handle this in the least interesting order. I'll do Piper first. So Piper, you got a 4. So roll me a D10 and a D100.
D10 and a D100. 5 and a 7.
So 5. I'm gonna need 1 minute. I'm gonna need a lot of different things for this to work out. So you get 370 gold, and you just sort of like start cramming it in like gold and platinum pieces, and just start cramming it into your pockets.
70, so I'm on 1,080.
And roll. Unfortunately, roll really low. So just roll another D10 for me.
Roll another D10.
9. You find
A what?
Yeah, as you're like scrubbing through, just trying to like, you're like sort of partly, you know, you said you're looking for diamonds as well, so partly you're sort of like pushing a lot of this aside, but you know, as like coins are sort of cascading, you do grab a wand. It's nice looking. It's got like a little, almost like firework pattern that like spirals around and up.
Okay.
Book that I'm looking for, it's that one. But yeah, that's basically what you find in your minute of searching. Can I find the magic items real quick? No. Sorry, I'll give you a proper description in a bit. Let's next handle Klari, who got a 10. Klari, can you roll a d10 and a d100 for me? So 6. And a 32. You find, as you're looking through, 224 gold.
Oh shit. 224 dollars. Oh shit. Not quite me.
So you're looking through, sort of like grabbing bits and pieces, quickly shove them in pockets and so on. And can you roll a d10 and a d20 for me?
Me.
Yeah, D10. Oh, 8 and 8.
So you find what looks to be like quite an elegantly carved wooden pipe initially. It looks interesting, you know, it has, like, it's quite large and ornate and has animal figures carved on it. As well as a set of goggles. Again, interesting. You assume that everything in here must be magic in some way, so as you're sort of like trying to like grab a few things, you're also looking. Is there anything in particular that you are looking for?
Either my magical dagger or any of its crystals, or crystals that could work for it.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think? Okay. You do find your dagger.
Hey.
However, you can see that the end has been somewhat damaged by whatever happened to the crystal, so you're not 100% sure it'll be as effective as it was previously, but you do find it. I will let you know what's happened to it later on. And the way you're like looking through, and it's put in this like little like glass covered case, and so you do find the remaining crystals with it. They're sort of like they all have been put in this like almost like foam or something like that to like hold them all in place. But clearly this is quite a nice piece, and again, I guess that Uxin's probably pretty pissed that he managed to damage it in some way before adding it to his collection. Yeah, and you also find these goggles that have sort of like owlish, like feathery ornamentation around the lenses.
Ooh, goggles with alley stuff.
I'm going to have to note down what everyone's got exactly later on, just so I can refer back to it. But next we will go to... I'll handle Neo's later. He's got Soddle. Right, we'll go to the interesting one, which is Helena.
Hello.
Okay. Roll a d10 and a d100 for me. Yeah, that's unfortunately not great for you, that d100 roll, but it is what it is. Things are random, so... somehow you only managed to find 84 gold.
Oh, I don't care about that.
You know, as you are more focused on the number of magic items you do find.
84.
84, yeah.
What do I need to...
Okay, and can you roll a d20, a d12, a d20 and 2d12 for me?
D20 and 2d12.
Okay, so you pull out this set of dark looking studded leather armor. And as you pull it out, it looks light in places, but as you look at it and you hold it in your hand for a few seconds, it changes, becoming a more you aesthetic. The sort of the light and flared coloured patches change to dark raven black all over, and these studs, which were silvery, change to black coated.
That's pretty cool.
You also find it's fine. Okay. You find. Where is it? You find a. Roll d4 for me, actually. You find a large ruby that seems to have a flickering internal fire to it. And you also find a quiver that is full of arrows. And those are the things you all immediately grab.
So we didn't get a diamond.
Neo has your diamond.
Okay, how long into the minute has it been?
This is like at the end of your minute. You're approaching sort of like 50 seconds. You know,
okay.
Time for you guys to like grab gold and be like, what else am I looking for? I'll quickly grab this and that's in reach, and just like shove it all into pockets and stuff like that.
Okay, assuming then that, like, you know, it goes around and then it would, like, you know, come back to sort of like my turn again. I go, okay, guys, I've got a plan. We need to run out of here. Long, narrow corridors. We need to set up a trap. Or we can try and run, or we can just like set up a trap, or at least like ambush. So he comes out, and then we all just like ready actions, and then we'll just fucking go ham on him.
Okay, yeah.
So I reckon if we all come out, maybe it would be good to come out and go like all the way. I don't know how far we can sprint. Realistically, if we were all to dash, then it'd be like holding our action for the next turn. So realistically, it's like one dash. It's like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We can't really go far. We might just want to get out of this little area though. So, where are we at in like the initiative order?
Okay, so we will start with Piper, and I will say you have 3 rounds.
3 rounds. Okay. If we could get Neo and shit. Okay, basically just get to the other side of the water and then hold an action.
Well,
So I'm assuming
movement speed, and if you dash,
So my movement speed's 3, but could I use the carpet?
You could, yeah. Which would
So
give you individually 45. If anyone else is on it with you, it will slow it down.
That's the thing, because I know she has been obviously revealed herself to be very, very fast, so she could probably get there no time. What's your movement speed, Abby? 30. So if then... Oh, but then we don't want to
The
leave
two of you on
here.
it will move at half speed.
Which is
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is rounding to 25 feet around.
Oh, okay, that's...
Because of the damage is taken, it means it's dropping. Also, the carpet can't... I mean, the carpet could dash, but even before it took damage, half its speed was only 30 feet around.
Okay, no.
How much is
In
that?
which case, I'm just going to spend...
Your movement again, but it's your action.
I'm going to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 30. I think I can get to here with 30.
Okay? And your speed is...
To get
I
to
mean,
there.
if you guys all want to...
Well, 60.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just want to dash, you can get as far as you like. If you want to set something up and start casting spells or what have you, that's your action to hold an action. So you guys have got to work out where you want to be.
Well, I was thinking if we were doing that, so we could say that we dashed out to like over here on the other side of this water.
Yeah, so I'd say that'd be that with the difficult terrain of moving across the water and just like pulling yourself up. That'll essentially be to get to the other side of the water. I'll say 2 rounds. I can't bother to work it out exactly. You know?
Yeah.
So you can all be on the other side of the water in 2 rounds.
You can get to the other side in one.
It's difficult terrain to cross the water.
Yeah, which is double. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you do it and then you dash, that's
Yeah.
30.
So from here to
Oh, from
across the
there
water
to there. Yeah,
is
yeah.
2
Sorry,
rounds.
sorry. I thought you meant just the.
And then
Sorry.
No, I'm just going to say you can all be on the other side, roughly
Yeah.
close to that, 2 rounds, because it
Excellent.
solves everyone going 5, 10, 15.
Okay, cool. Can we all just move there then?
Yeah. Just grab all of them. You can spread out a little bit around here, you know, you're not all next to each other, but, and then you all have a round of movement and
yeah, I'll probably
a bit more range because you're faster than everyone else.
yes, you can go anyway. So we'll go like ran out here, and then I'm gonna. So I'd be, I guess, like here. Would that give me any cover there if I was like peeking around the corner?
Not really, because anything that's sort of like down here can see you perfectly well.
Okay, fair enough.
If you wanted cover, you'd have to move back and probably wouldn't be able to see as well.
In which case, I will hold an action to cast. Oh wait, I've used a third level spell. Yeah, okay. I'm going to hold an action actually to cast as soon as I see him in range.
Mm-hmm.
And the range is 60 feet, so I can get over there. So I'm going to cast Shatter at 4th level
Okay.
for some damagios.
Yeah.
As soon as I see him come around the corner.
Okay. So that's Piper's held action. Clary, what are you doing?
I believe I was at 5d8.
I don't know what you're doing. And Neo has a crossbow. That's about his best ranged option.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I was assuming we were fighting it. Did anyone else just want to run? I do kind of want to fight it. Ben wants to fight it. Piper does kind of want revenge. But also, Piper's not an idiot enough to say that, you know, we could take it. I feel like we might be able to take it, but actually, I'll tell you what. Can I retcon something a second?
Okay.
Because I know Thingy's got this aura, I'm actually going to say I'm over here with them.
Do you know that though?
I have made saving throws with the aura. Like, within the aura. So would I have not
Can't
felt...
check.
Would I have not felt that bonus, that
Can't check,
thing?
we'll see.
Arcana... 14.
I'll allow it. Slight.
feel like it's a bit like I've made a couple of saving throws now within the aura.
But they were also, like constitution saves. You didn't necessarily feel like there was any sort of additional force of body aiding you there. It's a slight.
Okay.
That I would almost think would be like a magical aura of protection, just stops you taking as much damage as you would, but you don't really know how much damage you should have taken in those instances anyway.
Right, okay.
It's not like a magical force has aided you haven't felt like an external force aiding your mind trying to resist an effect or something like that.
Also, can I change the spell I cast, and can I say it's Dissonant Whispers instead of Shatter?
Yeah, if you like.
Still at 4th level, so that doesn't change.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that's my held action.
Okay.
Waiting on that. Yeah, you're next. What are you doing? Where are you going?
Depending, you don't have to stay and fight if you don't think Klari would. You could encourage others to leave.
Not sure if it's a good idea fighting a dragon. If minions destroy that.
Yeah, but there were so many of them. There's now 4 of us and 1 of him. As long as we can get him down in a couple of rounds.
What if he falls in really fast with them?
I don't think you'll be able to in here. I mean, you could roar, and that would be very, very loud, but... awfully good points. I'm easy, personally. Piper's easy. He wants to kill it, but he doesn't want to die.
Well, we've got what we need.
Potentially, I don't know whether this other diamond will work. Oh god, I don't.
What are you thinking? Fight or run?
Yeah, what do you think, Elena?
Probably
Fight.
fight. But it's probably a terrible idea.
Do you think Neo would have any kind of inclination?
Neo is leaning toward run.
I mean, we could always do one round and then if it's going badly.
Yeah, I mean, we could try it. Yeah, we could try.
From Neo's perspective, his priority is to save his friends.
True.
Which he can't do if he dies here. However, he also wants to come back and slay this thing later.
Yeah, can we do that? Can we come back?
You can come back.
But yeah, I mean, coming back. If we fight this thing right here, right now, we are so far right now taking just it on. I mean, maybe you could cast some. I mean, obviously, like in the game because I know you have a spell, but you could do some alarms further away.
It's not gonna stop them from coming.
But it will help us.
They're gonna look trapped. That's my point. There is literally one tunnel that comes into this area. So we'll know they're coming, but that doesn't help us. It's still the trap.
When we were over in the his cavey bit, did we see if there was a way up?
No. As in, no, there is not.
There's not a way up. Okay. In any of this cave bit, is there a way up?
No. It is all enclosed. It's quite high in places, but it's sort of it's a bit hilly, but upside down. But
okay.
The only ways you can see out are the way you came in, or this unknown patch of water that drops down, and you can hear rushing water coming down there, but you haven't investigated that bit.
Oh, I really don't know, and I'm could I mean, I guess my turn though. Piper has ready the action to thing, so if you guys want to run, he'll follow suit in the next round. But yeah, it's entirely up to you.
I think it's a bad idea, and I think we should.
Okay.
Clary's not going to advance anyone. You guys think like.
It's a majority coin, but sadly we have an even amount of people. I guess.
Agreeing that we'll do one round, and then if it goes horribly wrong, we just leg it. Because you already readied your action.
Yeah. Okay, and I can always try that spell again. I can actually try it again twice more.
Yeah.
So.
And then that will give us time to run as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And I potentially have other things I can do to stop it as well, to maybe keep it in place and keep us good.
Okay. Well.
So yeah,
what readying actions?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready now.
Ready in action.
Team flame. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just through fire.
So smite has to be melee. Neo will ready a shot with his crossbow, as that's all he's got. Clary, you're readying a produce flame. Helena, what are you readying?
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Okay. So we'll get this round underway real quick because we are pushing the time a bit. So, Neo crouches down, aims his crossbow, Clary and his fire in her hands. You see Helena's hands crackling with energy. This weird sort of mist almost whispers around Piper's fingers. You all pause and wait for a moment, and then the cavern shakes, stones fall from the ceiling, crashing into the ground around you as the whole ground beneath your feet physically rumbles. You hear as coins are smashed and shattered everywhere across, and then this thundering footsteps is charging around. Comes, and there's a leap, and you almost hear a flap of leathery wings into the wind, and a crash as it lands on the ground, and coming around the corner appears.
Silent whispers.
All actions go off.
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Second save.
DC 17.
He's going to use a legendary resistance.
Shit!
How rude. How? I can't.
Ah, fuck. Okay, so... How much... Oh, fuck, how much damage is that? So I think he takes half damage. Target takes half as much damage and doesn't have to move away. A different creature automatically disappears. So, 3d6 psychic damage at first level. Then second level 4d6. 5d6. 6d6. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna do that and that. So, that's not very good. 19 halved to 8. Shit.
9.
9. Oh, that's so crap for a 4th level spell. Fuck. Because he passed the save. And as much as that's like mostly above average, that's actually not bad, but fucking passed. Son of a bitch. No 6s in there, ain't it? Yeah, that's my held action.
Okay. Clary, your held action goes off.
Cold.
Or will that produce flame? Yeah, 24 will hit. Even if you get that back up to that. 12 fire damage.
You did more damage than me with a cantrip. I use a 4th level fucking spell.
Then your held action goes off.
You get 3 blasts. No, 2.
2.
But
2 blasts. What's his AC? Just hits.
Just is fine. Oh, for fuck's sake.
9. That's alright.
yeah, 9's alright. Alright, 9's alright. That's... Now does Neo hit?
Oh, those are the big questions. No. You fire this crossbow bolt and you hear the twang and there's a cloud of dust comes off this crossbow bolt, this crossbow that's never used. And you see it strike, but it just strikes armour that's so hard that it just disappears off into the distance.
So we've got... Oh, how much damage is that? It was 30 damage. It's not terrible, but... not good either.
And I think we should call this session there. We'll pick things up next week at the top of the round with the lair actions.
Ah,
The lair actions.
don't they go on?
That?
Ah,
Because he's in his lair, he can control the environment and do extra things.
Fucking hell.
well, I didn't
Run then.
do that. We need to run. We need
If
to.
your thing doesn't work, I have the thing that could work, possibly, maybe. I don't know. Like you're stopping him so we can run.
Yeah.
If yours doesn't
Did
work,
I
I'll
have-
go back.
Because I have that, or I have. Oh no, I have hold person, not hold. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Hold
have-
Monster is like a 5th level spell.
Yeah. So I realistically actually only have one thing, and if it doesn't work, I can. Hold on. How does legendary resistance work with silvery barbs?
Silvery Barbs doesn't require a saving throw, so it would have no effect.
So if you just used, like, his thing, I couldn't just. If you used legendary resistance, I couldn't just silvery barbs it.
No, because he's still using a legendary resistance to succeed on a failed save.
I
Because
see.
all you would do. He's already failed the save, which is why it's using a legendary resistance. Silvery Barbs makes them re-roll with disadvantage, so he can't pass the save having already failed it. If you see what I mean.
I
So
see.
if he rolled
Right.
a 7 and was like, oh, my modifier won't make it legendary resistance. Silvery Barbs would just make him re-roll, and if he then rolled a 5, he'd still fail. Or if he rolled higher, he would take that first result because that's the disadvantage and he'd still fail, if I remember how Silvery Barbs works. Which I think is
Yeah.
you take the worst result.
Yeah.
So if he uses a legendary resistance, there's no point using Silvery Barbs because he's already failed.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
He won't burn 2 doing so.
Yeah. That was going to be one of my.
No,
Well-
because it's use a legendary resistance when they fail a saving throw, and using Silvery Barbs, you're effectively affecting their saving throw, not their use of a legendary resistance.
I see. Right. Okay. Oh, I do not have spells.
You don't have spells.
You've got 1.
You got one.
If mine works, that's it.
This one.
That's it.
If it doesn't work, that's it as well. You're saying.
Yeah, that's what I said. If it doesn't work, that's
Oh, okay. I
it.
thought you said if it works, that's it.
No, if it doesn't work, that's it.
Well, it's gonna be an interesting week. Waiting to see what happens next.
Oh, because if I had my 5th level spells, I'd at the very least be able to steal and strike him.
What did you use your 5th level spells on?
I haven't yet, but I've got 2 of them, and I need to use them to revive people.
Ah. But do you need to use them today? Just saying. Well, that's something for you to figure out during the week.
That's the thing. I guess not, but also, I mean, I don't know how long we're going to be down here, and it's been a couple of days already. And I feel like
It's been
if
less
we've
than a
got
day since you guys escaped. It's been probably maybe like 8 to 12 hours that you guys have been walking around this lair.
yeah, I also kind of just feel like once we've got the diamonds, I don't want to like take any risks and risk having something taken away, having something happen. I'd rather just, like, do it.
Figure all that out during the week, and we'll watch this space to find out what happens next week.